backcourt along with Randy Foye, Caron Butler, Blake Griffin, and DeAndre Jordan up front. For the Knicks, the ever-changing New York Knicks, it's Baron Davis and the rookie Iman Shumpert getting a start in the backcourt tonight. Carmelo Anthony, Amare Stoudemire, and back after missing a game due to fatigue, just needed some rest on Sunday, is the big man, Tyson Chandler. As mentioned, no Chris Paul tonight with the details. Here's Lisa Salters.
Hey, Dan, well, I talked to Chris Paul about an hour and a half ago, and he definitely wanted to play in this game tonight. He told me he was going to try his best to convince head coach Vinny Del Negro to let him go, but ultimately Del Negro said, look, it's just not worth the risk. The Clippers don't want to take any chances. Vinny said, you know what, it's not just that we don't want this groin strain to get any worse. We don't want Chris to be sore at all with the playoffs coming up this weekend. And yeah, he said, we're going to try to get this win tonight because we want home court advantage in the first round of the playoffs. But he says, it's not going to matter if we're at home, on the road, or in your backyard. If Chris Paul isn't healthy, it's just not going to matter. So that's their first primary concern.
All right, Lisa, thank you. And you can understand the rationale of sitting him, but still, it's got to be a tough choice.
Well, the player, you say, wanted to play, but we all know that the doctor, the chiropractor, the trainer, and the coaching staff ruled against it. And when you think about it, it's putting a lot of pressure on the rest of these guys. Now, I know that they're 16-16 on the road, so they have confidence on the road. But starting, if everything falls for them the wrong way, you're going to be at Memphis.
And here's what we know about the upcoming Western Conference playoffs. San Antonio has clinched the 1. Oklahoma City is the 2. The Lakers are the 3. And the Clippers and Memphis will be playing one another in the first round beginning either Saturday or Sunday, but we don't know yet who will have home court. The Clippers have the tiebreaker by virtue of winning 2 out of 3 during the regular season. So a Clipper win or a Memphis loss tomorrow against Orlando, and the Clippers will get home court. As for the Knicks, right now they're 7th. They could go up to 6th, although that's highly unlikely. They could drop to 8th, but the most likely scenario, Hubie, is the Knicks finishing 7th where they are right now and playing Miami in the first round.
Well, that would be the highlight of the season for television, for NBA fans. It would be a great series with mega stars going head-to-head.
Tyson Chandler for the Knicks are 34-30. Blake Griffin and the Clippers are 40-25. The only meeting of the regular season between these two, and it comes on the next to last night of the regular season. Joey Crawford, Carl Lane, and Michael Smith are our officials, and there's a real good vibe here in the Garden tonight. These fans have been through such a roller coaster of emotion with this team this year, and now they're excited that the playoffs are finally just about upon them.
Right now, the big question is, can Melo and Stoudemire play together? Because they both like the foul line area to receive the passes in order to be effective. Well, we'll see as we're moving along here. Melo, we showed you, had an incredible April, averaging 31 a game and shooting 50%.
Shot clock did not reset. Baron Davis sees it.
It is.
And got a piece of the rim, but right at the end of the 24-second clock, and back come the Clippers with Eric Bledsoe out of Kentucky at the point in place of Chris Paul.
Now, there's a lot of pressure right now on Caron Butler, Griffith, and then also Foye to have a big night shooting.
And Randy Foye has had some big night shooting recently. Misses that 3, and back comes Baron Davis. Ahead to Iman Shumpert. What a revelation he has been, Hubie. Scoring at times and also just a go-to guy defensively.
Well, he's an outstanding defender. They put him on the best guard, whether it's a point guard or a shooting guard. He can defend small forwards, and he's having an excellent year. Sure, he's not shooting the lights out, but he's dangerous on the break.
So we'll see Landry Fields coming off the bench tonight for the Knicks behind Shumpert. The way that Mike Woodson has started things tonight, he's got Tyson Chandler, Defensive Player of the Year candidate in the NBA, on Blake Griffin. Amare Stoudemire, not as good a defender, is on DeAndre Jordan, who's not as much of a threat offensively.
Well, I like the Chandler on Griffin. Griffin's going to be tested because Chandler has quick feet and also the reach to disrupt the short jump shot.
Bledsoe right into the chest of Chandler. Griffin comes up with the offensive rebound and draws the foul.
Okay, now this is the downside. If you have Chandler on Griffith, you know that most of his points are going to be scored in the painted area, whether he's coming off the dribble or he makes the catch or the lob. Already, early on, Chandler with 1.
And look at the numbers that Griffin put up last night in Atlanta, although the Clippers lost that game. This is a big area of concern for the Clippers. They are a poor free throw shooting team, and one of the biggest reasons why is he's not the only one at fault, but Blake Griffin, who gets to the line a lot, is shooting just 52%.
You can see that he's been this way all year long. So many teams are fouling him, and then it comes down to the big question, are you fouling him for a flagrant 1 or even a flagrant 2 at times? He has taken a physical beating during the year.
You can see he draws a ton of fouls, gets to the line a lot, has not done a good job knocking him down. Good matchup with the small forward spot. Caron Butler defending Carmelo Anthony. Anthony finds Stoudemire, who misses the jumper. And Jordan, who can jump up there with just about anybody in the NBA, rips down the rebound.
Big thing for the Knicks now. Your transition defense tonight, paramount. You've got to cut down the easy baskets by the Clippers.
Caron Butler for 3.
Remember we told you now, they shoot the ball extremely well from three-point range. Because with Foy, since the All-Star break, he's made 83. That's number 1 in the league. Caron Butler he's got the three-point game, the mid-range game, and then he's excellent off the dribble at small forward.
He's been a guy at times, don't you think, has been a little bit lost? Sometimes you just wonder how he fits in offensively, but when he gets his looks, he still puts up the numbers.
Well, he's been an All-Star player, but he's had surgery on both knees, and he's coming off knee surgery from a year ago. But, he's a 15-point guy. You got to pay attention.
3-second violation on the Knicks, who are off to a sluggish start offensively. And all the electricity that there was in the building before the game, with the Knicks not executing in the early going, it's gotten quiet here in the Garden. Griffin off to Bledsoe. Long jumper by Griffin, and how much would that expand his game if he can knock that down with regularity?
Well, you know that he's not going to walk away from it. If he's open, he will attempt the shot.
Baron Davis starting at the point for the Knicks. Jeremy Lin still out. Starting to do some work on the court as Carmelo takes Butler to the rack.
Now, that was easy for Carmelo. I mean, he just blew right by him. But where was the baseline rotation? We had 3 red shirts to the right of the rim, and not one guy challenged the shot.
You see the numbers. Carmelo's putting up the leading score in the NBA in the month of April. Good D by Carmelo to take it away from Butler.
Butler's got to make Carmelo Anthony work at the defensive end.
Baron Davis lobs it up for Stoudemire, but Bledsoe comes up with a steal. Foy with a wide open jumper.
Remember we told you about Foy now. He's shooting the ball since the All-Star break at over 48%. So when you look at that and then say on the break, if he's going to spot up, then you have to assign a guy to get to him.
Stoudemire and Griffin.
Good double team.
And Foy comes up with a steal. They've got numbers. Griffin behind the back. Sets the screen. Foy another jumper. Not this time.
Well, Foy is not bashful. He's going to look for the shot, and he knows that there's pressure on him tonight to have a good scoring game.
Baron Davis, a little hesitation, and the teardrop goes.
Now, I'm coaching the Clippers. I'm upset here. I mean, we're like a sponge defensively, and you don't even have to get to your second option. The first option is working.
Baron Davis getting a lot of minutes again with Lin still out and not expected back. Probably for the first round of the playoffs. The Knicks would likely have to win a round to have Lin make an appearance again this season. Foy off to a big start tonight for the Clippers.
Now, come on, they got to talk to one another. We've got to go right at Tyson Chandler, force him to go for the shot block.
Baron Davis misses the 3. Jordan down with another rebound.
Yeah, I don't know why the Knicks are launching all these jump shots, because they can get below the foul line at will.
A turnover. Griffin on Carmelo. He picked up his dribble. Now trying to take advantage of the mismatch here with Stoudemire.
Yeah, another clear out.
And Butler called for the foul.
I'm surprised. See, that time Butler just gave up on him and fouled him. Keep an eye on Carmelo. Watch how strong he goes to the left side. And when he's down in there, because of his upper body strength, he's going to dunk with both hands. Baron Davis, look at this. Right down the middle. Once again, you're late. Where are you on those offside rotations?
2-man game. Shumpert kicks it out. Baron Davis open for 3 and knocks it down to make it a 1-point game.
Now remember, when you play the Knicks, they're second in the league in 3-point attempts. They attempt 23 a game. So anytime they penetrate and kick out, that 3 is going up.
Clippers making a conscious effort to get Griffin involved early. Trying to go baseline on Chandler. Spins and hits. Nice move by Blake Griffin.
When you get a quick foul on a shot blocker, you got to go right at him now, because he does not want to lose his minutes, because as soon as he gets two, he's coming out.
And the Clippers have hit 5 of their last 6 shots. Melo into Chandler and draws the foul.
In a situation like that, you like to see him take one more bounce. One more bounce, he had a dunk and a three-point play. Now keep an eye down here. This is just a strong move down inside by Blake Griffin. Now you say, well, how did he get open? Just watch the spin. See, this is where he's great. He can come out of that spin move with a jump hook. Now that takes really excellent balance and foot quickness.
Here's Chandler at the line for the Knicks. One of the things we talked about him with pregame was the Defensive Player of the Year award. Does he have a shot to win it?
Oh, absolutely. Mainly because he's one of the top rebounders, top shot blockers. He's averaging a double-double. And then we know that he's leading the league in field goal percentage at 68%. But the fact is that he, through this 16-6 period of wins, 16 wins, 6 losses with Mike Woodson at the helm, he is the anchor of this defense, and they have become an excellent defensive team.
Small sample size, but in the 3 games he's missed, the Knicks have given up 112, 118, and 119 points. Griffin, another long jumper, not this time, rebound Carmelo.
See, they got to get these other guys involved. I mean, you got to get some shots for Caron Butler and these other people.
Carmelo, a strong drive again.
In the early going here, anytime you switch and he sees that mismatch, he's not trying to take a jumper. He's going right to the basket. That's smart basketball by a guy who's on fire.
A delay of game warning on the Knicks. Carmelo Anthony playing his best basketball of the season in recent weeks, averaging 31 points per game in the month of April.
Shumpert's doing a nice job in denying right now, whether he's on Foy or sometimes he's on Caron Butler.
Bledsoe can't finish. The size of Stoudemire intimidated him there.
No kidding. He had his back to the baseline. Anytime you have your back to the baseline, you can't judge the distance.